I sent him a text for work and I said, okay, unless you can come in and take a shower, take your clothes off and put them in the hamper, and take your bedding and put it in the wash and make your bed, you're locked out. He called the police on me.
You shouldn't be explaining yourself to them. It's time to meet Connor, who says both his mom, Jamie, and grandma, Michelle, suffer from a God complex and should leave him the hell alone.
I mean, they should leave him alone.
We'll be right back.
Connor's very stubborn. I'll say, I really need you to do this. But he just has this, I'm not gonna do it. He prides himself in this. He said, I'm too lazy to drink or to take drugs. And I can't get a girl pregnant because I'm not leaving the house. Connor doesn't behave like a 22-year-old. He behaves like a 13-year-old. Connor needs to step it up and be a man and somehow get his life together.
You're a boomer. What do you know? You know, probably in 5 years from him playing video games for 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day. He will literally get more money than you've made in your life. I bet you.
I have very lazy tendencies, but it's not nearly as bad as my grandmother is making it out to be. I'm 22 years old. I shouldn't have life figured out. Living with my grandmother is a very difficult thing. She likes to control my life. I leave the bagels out and I get nagged. Because my grandmother has given me a place to live, she expects me to do everything. If I need to get on my hands and knees and have a toothbrush and clean the floor with it, she wants me to work with her garden. Botany is not my thing. I'm 100% a total night owl. I can't shut my brain off. I generally game about 3 to 4 hours a day. It's more of like I can escape. If I'm stressed, I can just focus on that game and not worry about what's going on in my life.
You know what's funny? Nowadays, that sounds like everyone in their 20s. Like literally everyone. They sit down for 3 to 4 hours to play a game. That sounds like everyone in their 20s right now. Like 50% of them. So I have no idea why, like, I feel bad for him, like, why the grandma is so, like, just annoying in general.
My grandmother is trying to get me to do online stuff. Online GED testing isn't gonna work for me. I need a teacher there. I do not have a driver's license. My parents were in terrible accidents and I don't like cars. I have a bearded dragon and I love him to death. I cannot stand when she tells me I do not take care of him. I don't always fill the water bowl. He doesn't drink it anyway.
I hope the grandma knows, according to Google, I kid you not, according to Google, you're supposed to feed a bearded dragon roughly 2 times a week. 2 times a week. So say she was telling him to fill it every day. He's not supposed to drink it that much. So I don't know why she's freaking out on him. I know it didn't say to every day, but I mean, like, what else could it be? Once a week? They still depends on what bearded dragon. So I don't even want to do this right now, but I just feel like she has no idea about anything, and she's just like think that she's always right about it. Full on Karen out here, right? Just think that she is right about everything. That's what I think.
I agree that my hygiene could be a little better. I'll still apply deodorant because I don't want to smell. I do have a girlfriend. A lot of the reasons we haven't met is scheduling and money issues. I do say with 100% certainty, living with my mother was toxic. She has a bit of a God complex. I'm here talking to Dr. Phil because I don't want to be homeless. I'm not really seeking help. If I didn't come here, she would have kicked me out.
Okay, Connor, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah? You're living with your grandmother.
Correct.
And you're 22. Why are you living with your grandmother instead of on your own? Why are you not a contributing member of society?
Well, a lot of it has to do, like as she has stated, I was trying to go to Job Corps, got shut down, and I've been trying to work in the meantime.
You turned adult 4 years ago.
Yes.
So they shut Job Corps down, what, 8, 9 months ago? What about the 3 years before that?
I know Dr. Phil was born in the 40s, but I don't think he understands that not everyone moves out by age 22. Like, literally, if he was trying to get a job as well, and then they shut it down 3 years, okay, fair enough. He didn't get a job for 7 years. That's his problem, but, or no, only 5 years. And it's 5 years. You didn't get a job for 5 years, okay. You know what? Maybe he was doing something else. Maybe something that he likes. Maybe something he can make a career out of. How do you know? Also, Dr. Phil, I thought you were supposed to be the smart one in this situation. Literally. Most people live with their parents until they're 24.
What are you doing living with your parents and grandparents instead of getting out, getting a job, and getting on your own? What the hell are you doing?
I was just definitely a lot lazier back then. That's what it comes down
Back
to.
then?
I'm not, despite what she likes to say, when I am at home,
No, you're not at home. You're living with your grandmother. You don't
that's
have
what
a
I'm
home.
saying. Okay, at her house then.
Okay.
So back when I was like 18 to 21, before I had moved to her house, you can ask my mother this, she can attest. I'm gaming all day and night. I didn't come out of my room but to go to the bathroom and do 2 or 3 chores. I didn't come out then. At her house, I am gaming maybe 3-4 hours and then coming out doing what she wants and then going back in. I'm at
Okay,
least
this sounds like a
contributing.
confession, not an explanation.
No, I'm just explaining the situation as it is. I confess, I am a little lazy.
You say he won't help in the garden. You say botany's not your thing. Hell, a goat
Well-
can mow a yard.
When what she expects
She
from the
pays, she pays for the yard to get clipped.
Yeah, I actually have a garden person, or actually he takes care of the lawn care person. He takes care of the mowing and everything.
Because
I only have a short garden that I've got a few plants in that I ask him to help weed and make sure it has water.
You're asking to water and pull weeds.
Yeah.
You're being asked to pull weeds and you say botany's not my thing?
it's not just weeds, it's not just watering. She needs them like clipped a certain way. I don't prune stuff. I've never learned that.
Well, you're not going to learn it laying in bed gaming and playing with a lizard.
Even when I'm outside and I'm working out there, she doesn't like explain what needs to be done. I
Okay.
work good like when I'm working at
So
my
you
job.
have an excuse for everything.
No, I am not making excuses.
Yes, you are.
Shut the up, Dr. Phil. Just shut up.
You can say what you want, but I'm not making
Well,
excuses.
okay, here's a list of your excuses. No job, you're awaiting rehire.
I was getting hired by this job because of the reason I got laid off. They wanted me back, but I already applied for them. They didn't go through. So then I applied to other jobs. I was waiting on that one to get a confirmation.
You said your boss wanted to rehire you after COVID, so you're waiting to be rehired.
Not after COVID, after the 6 months termination was ended.
Okay, no driver's license, you're scared.
I have a lot of anxiety behind a car.
Okay, no GED, you have a poor memory. You just don't get it you don't have somebody there to reinforce it for you.
If it was hands-on, I'd have my diploma.
Yeah, no hygiene, so you mask it with deodorant. That's your...
I take showers. It's just not when she wants them. I'm not
And
smelling
gaming,
bad.
you say that's therapy. It helps your stress.
Yes,
You've never met your girlfriend in 5 years?
correct. I haven't had the money. She hasn't had the money.
In 5 years, you can't come up with a bus ticket to get to your girlfriend?
That is what we've been working towards.
It would cost $155 for you to get a ticket to go see your girlfriend.
$155. $155. If I had $155 is a lot of money. Okay, if you had a job for $6 a day, which you probably shouldn't, but if you had a job for $6 a day, and you kept doing this for a month, you'd only make $155. Actually, you'd make less than $155, which is my point. It's not gonna take, 5 years, yes. It shouldn't take them that long. How many months is that? 60 months, but still. It's still, he can't get a job because of COVID, so I don't know why you're still trying to make fun of him, Mr. Phil. Okay, man, Phil. Stop, Phil.
You can't scrape that together in 5 years.
It's just a lot of issues. There's also a motel and stuff like that that I'd have to worry about.
Well, I've invited someone here today because I believe he can have a real impact, not just on our guest Connor, but on his entire family and, in fact, on this entire country. We're going to meet him next.
I'm so hyped to meet whoever this is. I'm not at all. I couldn't care less who this is, but I'm just gonna like pretend like I'm so hyped. I so want to know who this is, so let's go find out who this is.
Connor, I'm Coach Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Sounds like you've been stuck for quite a while, yeah?
I wouldn't say stuck, but
Tell me what you would call it.
I mean, I'm productive at least. I know I have my lazy tendencies, but I still know what I'm doing. I'm looking for a job.
You live with grandma. You're not making money right now?
Not right now. I mean, I know I need to get a GED and stuff like that, and that is the ultimate goal,
So why are you gaming?
because I'm 22.
But it's not your
And-
home.
I get that, but I am paying rent when I have a job. One thing I fight her on all the time is, don't treat me like a child. I don't like that.
But why not move into your own place and out of grandma's house if that's what you want?
If I had the funds, I would have been moved out by now.
You're 22, you want to be self-supporting, you're smart. I'm just curious, like, why you wouldn't be able to get a job yet to be able to be self-supporting.
A lot of it has to do because of the pandemic. Everybody's getting laid off from their jobs, and they have GEDs, master's degrees,
You sleep until about what time?
noonish.
And the reason for that is
I'm more of a night owl.
what I'm seeing is a young man who's a bit scared, like scared to get behind a wheel, scared to kind of get out in the world. And I feel like that fear and that story that you've created is why you're not doing it.
I thought this guy would be like, oh, I understand. But no, he's making fun of him for getting behind a wheel because his parents got into a car crash and he can't accept that. Dude, who is this guy? Like, seriously. What? Just why? I don't want to do this anymore.
The anxiety behind, like, I don't want to, like, I'm scared of driving is because both my parents have been in terrible accidents.
I think you rationalize a lot. I think it's how you've learned to navigate life. If you're honestly saying to yourself that you're not getting a job, you got to be honest and be like, well, I'm not really making it number one priority.
I will say, getting a job's not my number one priority.
What is?
It's gonna sound
It's not going to sound, just say honestly what it is.
my girlfriend.
How long have you been with your girlfriend?
We've known each other about 5 years.
Okay, and do you guys live in the same city or have you met?
We're trying.
So your number one priority is your girlfriend who you haven't met.
Yeah, I know.
No what?
It's dumb, but
No, but it's not dumb to you because that's your number one priority. If your number one priority is your girlfriend, just own it. How many hours a day do you talk to your girlfriend?
all day.
All day.
24/7 really. We'll wake up together, we'll go to bed together, and we stay on call the whole time.
How many hours a day do you play video games?
It's 3 hours.
Number two priority is playing
Games.
video games. How much time a day do you spend with the bearded dragon?
Normally 2 to 3 hours.
Number three is your bearded dragon. And number four is really actively getting a job. If you're wanting to be with your girlfriend, which you do clearly, you have to grow up. Right now, you have no choice. You're living in grandma's house. So if you want to be in her place, there's going to be rules to live in her place. And so I know that you don't make your bed,
No,
ever.
ever.
You've made a decision where you've ended up in grandma's house, and this is one of her rules. Grandma wants a bed made, you make the bed. So what we're gonna do, we set up a bed to kind of see how you end up making up a bed.
Okay.
So here's a bed. Let's make the bed. So you just made the bed, which you're fully capable of making a bed. You just haven't wanted to make a bed.
I just don't see the point.
Let me ask you, what are you willing to do to make things better?
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. And you understand that's doing a lot of things you don't want to do.
Yes.
Okay. What are you willing to stop doing to make things better?
If I need to, like, trim down gaming to 30 minutes, maybe an hour.
And you feel like you're able to take direction
Yeah.
if I give you some direction.
Yeah.
So the one decision, in my opinion, that we need to make is to become self-supporting and get income. Essentially, it's making a decision to grow up.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down with Dr. Phil and see what we can bring to life and just move towards that. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Sorry for such a long video. I had fun, not really, but because it's 3 in the morning and I'm trying to go to bed, I also have to edit this video like usual. So yeah, if you guys want to see a part 3, let's get 5 likes if you guys want to see the part 3. And yeah, I'm TJ with an AY, and I am signing off.